And welcome to Crown Cellars and Bonhams' inaugural auction of fine and rare wines here in Hong Kong. My name is Patrick Mead. I'll be your auctioneer this evening. With that, we begin the sale. And our first lot is lot number 1. It is the Chateau Bay Cheval from 1989. Essentially, we've got 6 bottles in the lot. We're going to start bidding here at 2,000 Hong Kong dollars. $2,000 bid now. 2,000 at $2,000 now.
It was only yesterday that the government announced they were dropping the duty completely. For us, that was a red rag to a bull, and we'd been planning to open in Hong Kong. I'm absolutely thrilled that today is our inaugural auction for fine wines in Asia. It could be the beginning of something very big and very exciting for us.
47.50, 5,000, 55.
Wine is now a global cultural phenomenon. It's no longer the preserve of a few people sitting in Bordeaux or a bunch of people sitting around a dinner table in London. Now from Beijing to Bangkok to Bangalore, people are drinking fine European wines. That's a really big change in the last 5 or 10 years. I think people have a genuine interest, and we've seen this in Asia. We've been selling wine from our European and American auctions into Asia for a decade, but now we're bringing it for the first time right to people's front door. And I think that's going to really excite people. It's the chance not to buy it as it's been done in the past offshore and leave it lying in your wine merchant in London, but coming into Bonhams, coming into our sale here, tasting it. We've had the pre-sale viewings, and then putting in a bid and taking it home in your shopping bag. And that's a sea change for Hong Kong and a sea change for wine drinking in Asia. There's an absolutely pent-up demand here for the finest of the French clarets, the Bordeaux Reds. And we expect that the Petrosiers, the other Premier Crus, will be very popular. And that's why our auction has got so many in, because we know that's what people want. Hong Kong's been caught in a sort of time warp for the last 20, even 30 years. You sell Chinese art here, you sell watches here, you sell jewellery here, jadeite from Burma, Western jewellery, fine stones in the West. But that's about it really. And I mean, Hong Kong is one of the most sophisticated cosmopolitan cities on the planet. And as indeed is Tokyo, and increasingly places like Shanghai and Beijing. It's incredibly narrow-minded not to try and widen that margin, to bring in new areas of commodity, of art, of wine, of cars, whatever, for which there is a pent-up demand, and for which Hong Kong still offers one of the easiest selling platforms on the planet.
20,000 bids here now, do I sell?
Dropping the duty is important because it sends a message. It sends a message the government recognises that wine is a cultural phenomenon, it's a global cultural phenomenon, and the government wants the residents of Hong Kong, and by definition therefore the residents of the mainland and other areas of Asia, to have the chance to enjoy this phenomenon more fully, to participate.
Sold, thank you. First lot of this sale.